Summer was good. Yeah, it was nice to get away. Obviously, wasn't the ending that we wanted last year, but you kind of use that as motivation. I guess emotionally, from a team standpoint, and being a player, was kind of all over the place with the movement of players and all that type of stuff. But coming in, you know, fresh team, fresh look, a lot of excitement, and looking forward to all the challenges ahead.
I don't want to call it drama, but is that the most drama you've seen unfold in a short period of span in an off season?
Yeah, for sure. It's. I think that's the best word for it. A lot of drama. A lot of things happen, a lot of moving parts, and I think our management team did a good job of handling it the way that they did, and now it's up to us as players and a coaching staff to put it all together and go out there and do what we can do.
What's the group chat like during that period?
Not, at the start, not much was said, and then once the trade happened with Tkachuk, obviously a lot of action. So again, just to add to the drama of the summer.
How'd you find out about all this? Were you scrolling Twitter? like how'd you see all of this news?
Honestly, for me personally, I don't really read into too much of the message boards or rumors and all that type of stuff, because a lot of times rumors are just rumors, and until something actually happens, it's just noise. So yeah, that's just kind of from experience. But obviously, it's hard to ignore, especially in the world we live in today. There's so much info. There's so much people putting out. They heard this, they heard that. So you kind of pay attention to it, but you kind of in one ear, out the other.
So you heard it through the group chat, or how did you?
No, not through the group chat. Just like I said, through social media, like you guys and everyone else.
Were you in Europe for a lot of this? I know you spent some time in Europe. Were you there? Were you here? Are you waking up the next morning finding out sort of some of this news?
Just get my timeline right here.
I appreciate the
No,
accuracy.
no, I was here in North America when it was all going down. So yeah, I was in the Pacific time zone. So I was, some of the guys in the Eastern time zone were gearing down for bed or already in bed when stuff was happening. But it was dinner time when stuff was happening for me out west.
You described motivation inside your locker room. I mean, the guys you brought in are also pretty experienced guys. What would how would you describe the mindset of this group as you're preparing for this season?
Yeah, I think we have a lot to do, a lot to prove. Every season everyone starts at zero, and it's great to talk about how great of a job we did in the summer, but it means nothing unless you go out there and prove it, and that's something that you got to do night in, night out. And if you look just in our division alone, Edmonton got better. The way Vancouver played down the stretch, they got better. Vegas healthy again, and just other teams in our division. The California teams are always hard teams to play. So every night is a grind, and you add in a Stanley Cup champion in Kadri, who obviously had a career year personally, and finished it off with a ring on his finger, and then you add in Uyghur and Huberdeau, two guys that were on a really good team last year, winning the President's Trophy, and them just like us, disappointing second round exit. So they're motivated by that as well. And then you add Rooney, who went to a conference finals last year, and other guys, trying to earn spots on the team. So there's definitely a lot of motivation as individuals, and there's a lot of motivation as a team, and it's something that we got to prove night in, night out.
What does it do for the group, I guess, having you guys had the season you had? It was a pretty good regular season, disappointing playoffs, but adding guys who have rings, who've gone as long. What does that do for your group, and I guess to keep you guys pushing to get to that next level?
Well, I think it's just knowing the experience of the grind, and it's easy to talk about playoffs and all that type of stuff, and I listen to Daryl's interviews like everyone does, and he talks about only half the teams make the playoffs, and it's easy to talk about, oh, our goal is to win the Stanley Cup or to win a round or all that type of stuff, but the goal is to make the playoffs. And like I said, half the teams only get to make the playoffs now. So, adding those guys who've had regular season success and playoff success, they, like I said, they have experience in the grind of what it takes to win night in, night out. So that's basically I think what they bring.
Kadri is a guy you went head-to-head up against in the playoffs, Toronto and Boston. And how does it feel now to be on the same side? How has that relationship sort of started to form?
Yeah, it's funny how the hockey world works. You have rivalries with guys, and Nas is a guy that plays with a chip on his shoulder, and and I think that's what makes him a really good special player. So, he's one of those guys that you hate to play against, but you want him on your team, and that's exactly what it is right now. We're both excited to be teammates and go out there and do our thing together.
What's his most annoying trait to the opponent, I guess? What really is it about his game that annoys the opposition?
Just his feistiness, and like I said, he's not afraid to get in there, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder and not afraid to, kind of chirp as well. But also, it's he backs it up. He backs it up with his play. He backs it up with, he's not even afraid to throw a big hit, and obviously he's shown that he can score a big goal as well, or make a big play to create a goal. So he plays on that line, but he's able to back it up with results as well. So I guess that's one of the things that makes him annoying to play against.
Is that the worst thing? A guy that'll chirp you and then he'll score on you or throw a big hit on you?
Yes, for sure. And I mean, I was teammates with Brad Marchand for a long time, and yeah, he's still doing it pretty good and pretty strong.
Do you look at it like you lost 2 stars, you gained a few notable players? Is it creating an identity from scratch, or is it building off of what you did last year, just with a few different parts now?
I think you have to carry over the foundation of what your identity is, but even if you have the same group, you always got to build a foundation every season, because every season is new. Every season provides new challenges, injuries, ups and downs. Some guys having career years, or some guys going through slumps and all that type of stuff. So every year there's a new identity that the group has to create. But like I said, the main part is you got to have a foundation and build off of that.